I cannot lie. I gotta talk about my weekend. That Friday going into that Saturday, Sunday, bro. It was only supposed to be a friend's night out, and it turned into so much more. I'm never gonna cap. I would probably drop a story time, but I just know I damn near lost, almost lost my warehouse job. My brother got arrested for some bull, false identified. They thought he was someone else. Schooling, all this extra, bro. It's a lot, definitely a lot. But yo, I just needed a break. Either Saturday and Sunday, yeah, I was chilling, respectfully. That daily upload, nada.
So the movie starts with Kate getting rushed through a hospital in a wheelchair after going into labor, but while the doctors are pushing her, she starts bleeding bad. They get her into the
Damn.
room and the doctors hit her with, "We're sorry for your loss."
Huh?
Then literally start
We're
pulling the
sorry
baby
for
out
your
with her
loss.
husband John standing in the back filming like, "You're gonna be fine, honey." And then they pull the baby
What?
out. Dead. Yeah, turns
And
out this
he's
whole thing was just a
what?
nightmare. Damn,
I was
I
just
thought
about
I
to say,
had
bro,
bad dreams. I
smiling.
gotta start being more grateful. The reason Kate keeps having dreams like this is because she recently lost her third child, a daughter named Jessica, and she's been traumatized ever since. So Kate and John start thinking about adoption. Maybe bringing another child into the family could help fill that hole left by losing Jessica. I mean, they already got 2 kids, but okay. A couple of days later, they head over to
Didn't this
St.
happen
Marianne.
in real life? I'm pretty sure this happened in real life. They adopted some girl from another country, and she turned out to not even be a girl. A whole 35, 30 something year old with just a syndrome that made her look like a little girl. I'm not gonna lie,
Home for
bro.
girls.
But look, if that was your daughter, respectfully, if you adopted her and like 5, 6 years go by and then you find out you just have like a 40-year-old daughter, I'm sorry.
Looking to adopt. I guess since Kate lost a daughter,
Because
they
you
were
would
hoping
know.
to
You
bring
would
another little
know.
girl into the family. While they're at the
Was that a
orphanage,
movie or
John
was
heads
that real
upstairs
life?
and finds his little
Tripping?
girl sitting alone in the classroom, singing while she paints. She wasn't downstairs at the little party playing with the other kids. She was just doing her own thing. Her name was Esther. Kate and sister Abigail eventually come upstairs, and Kate is immediately impressed about how mature and well spoken she is. She's polite, calm, and honestly acts way older than the other kids. And just like that, they start
There's
the
no way.
paperwork. They wanted to adopt
I be
Esther. She's dressed a
guessing
little
these
different from everyone
movies. This
else,
is
never really
funny.
fits in, and she was originally from Russia. Apparently her whole family
That's
died in
crazy.
a house fire.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
hearing that alone, Kate and John want to give her a home. After everything she's been through, they felt like this was the best thing they could do for her. 3 weeks later, the adoption is official. She was moving in. On the way home,
Was
Esther
it
even
this
starts learning
movie?
sign language so she can communicate with Max, Kate's deaf daughter. They finally pull up to the house and damn! What the hell does Kate and John do for work? Big ass crib, barely any neighbors.
Bro.
Yeah. What the hell does Kate and John do for work? Big ass crib.
Big crib, forest everywhere. Well, why would I want to live here? First of all, it's snowing, and then it's we're surrounded by literally no neighbors or something. I would assume. Look at this. Like, bro, they be getting these mansions and then be living in these most remote areas. You have to turn in the middle of the forest. We all just driving down I-97, and then you just have to take this random left. No, I'm good.
Barely any
Mansion or
neighbors.
not.
Yeah, they got that old money for sure. Esther introduces herself to Daniel, Max, and John's mum, Rosemary. And over the next couple of days, she actually starts fitting in pretty well. Kate teaches her to play the piano, and John even buys her a new paint set. What great parents. So later that night, while Kate was giving John the tour, Esther and Max walk in because they're scared of the lightning. I want to sleep next to daddy. Bro, she deadass runs straight into the bed. Like, at least give him a minute. His ass is still naked and hard as a rock. The next day, while getting ready for the first day of school, Esther was dressed like a little Victorian doll from the late 70s. The kids were like, ain't no way. Kate tries telling her to change so she won't get bullied at school, but she was like,
I thought you said there wasn't anything wrong with being different.
so yeah, Kate couldn't really argue with that, I guess. Esther heads to school and almost instantly starts getting bullied. I mean, dressing like that in the 2000s is basically a layup to getting flamed. I've seen people get bullied with my own 2 eyes for less. I've caught a few strays myself.
Yeah, most definitely, respectfully. You go through elementary, you're definitely gonna catch them strays, and I can't even I seen someone get it so bad, bro. They had to leave the classroom. I'm not gonna cap. I even had to leave the classroom. Strays is crazy, but it was really directed towards me, and I handled it respectfully. Talk about throwing chairs. I'm like, bro, throwing tables. I'm like, bet. We throw a table where it's gonna be UFC in here, bro. You like a pencil stick, bro. Like you weigh like what? like 80, 90 pounds, bro, respectfully, I'm kind of up there, bro. You're going to go up and you're going to go down, bro. I'm telling you.
Later, Daniel's outside shooting paintballs, hitting straight daggers. Then he shoots a pigeon. Blow! He instantly feels bad and starts tearing up, but Esther walks over with the rock and tells him to put it out of its misery. She tells him to kill it and make it quick. What type of cold-ass 9-year-old is this? Daniel, of course, couldn't do it, so Esther takes matters into her own hands. So over the next few days, Esther starts doing some questionable things that your average 9-year-old definitely wouldn't be doing. She locks doors when she showers or changes, completely tweaks out when the school bully tries touching the ribbon around her neck. And Kate even finds this old leather Bible hidden in her drawers with a picture of John. Even one night, Kate and John are in the kitchen doing what adults usually save for the bedroom. I guess some couples got fantasies like that because they were going crazy. The fridge, the tap, and the microwave were enjoying it. Don't get any ideas. When they look over, she's standing there just watching them. Like, damn, crazy. Why is this girl always awake so late? It's like 1 a.m.
Damn it.
I feel you, bro. You got cock blocked twice. So the next morning, Kate tries explaining what Esther saw and how couples sometimes express their love, you know? Basically giving her the birds and the bees talk. And Esther's just like,
I know, they
huh?
Kate's completely in disbelief, like ain't no way. She said that a little too casual. So while they're at the park, Esther's school bully shows up. But this time, she wasn't around her little goons. So she waits for her to get on top of the slide, and then Esther sneaks up behind her and pushes her straight off. Getting hit with the D-Roy special before puberty is wild. The little girl breaks her leg, and the only person who saw what happened was Max.
Sister?
At dinner, Max tells her parents the girl just slipped. Esther didn't push her. Like, damn, what did Esther do for you not to rat her out? I mean, Max is solid, but girl, you barely know her. Things about this girl just started getting more suspicious. She prays before she eats. Her knife skills at the dinner table are way too clean. And remember how she was learning sign language to communicate with Max? Yeah, she already knows it way better than Daniel. And that starts pissing him off because he's getting bullied at school because of her. He cusses her out. John says apologize to your sister, and he's like,
she's not my sister.
Bro had enough. John ends up locking up Daniel's treehouse until he apologizes to Esther, but it looked like he would rather take the L. The next day while Kate's at the grocery store, Sister Abigail calls to check up on everything and says she needs Esther's medical and dental records for the supervision report. But when it's time to go to the dentist, Esther refuses to go, not once, multiple times. Every time they bring it up, she somehow makes a great excuse not to go. Then Kate comes home from therapy and catches Esther playing the piano like a damn virtuoso. Ain't no way she had Kate teaching her how to play when this whole time she's already playing at grade 8 level. Bruh, she's better than Kate.
She's just a master in everything. So,
but that wasn't
is this okay? So far, except for the pushing thing, I mean, you just gonna have to just think, oh yeah, we just have a Dawn, respectfully, cause come on, she doing everything great, she learning everything great. I mean, the problem is that she's not like like the kid. I feel you.
Even the worst part, Esther looks at Kate dead in the eyes and says, it must be frustrating for someone who loves music as much as you to have a son who's not interested and a daughter who can't even hear.
Yeah, she would have left that day.
Yeah, I would have picked her ass up, grabbed her, and German suplexed her out the door. So now Kate is way more suspicious about the little girl they let in their home. Kate calls the sisters because she needed more info on Esther. The next day, Sister Abigail comes over and tells them she did a little bit of digging. Everywhere this girl goes, trouble seems to follow her. School fight, she's there. Someone gets caught stealing, she's there too. At her old school, a kid even stabbed himself with a pair of scissors. And guess who was there? This girl was always around when something went wrong. But somehow, she was never the one getting hurt. Even the house fire that killed her whole family. Yeah, turns out it was arson, and the police never found out who actually did it. While Abigail is telling them all this, Esther's around the corner listening to the whole conversation. She gets Max to help her find the keys to Daniel's treehouse. They find the keys and also find a gun in the safe. And Esther just points it straight at Max's face. Like, bruh, what are you doing? Are you mad? Abigail starts leaving and then they run out the back. Esther lies to Max, then this little pushes her straight in front of the car. Abigail swerves out the way, loses control, then gets out to see if Max is okay. But when she turns around,
damn!
Hammer straight to the head. Nah, this little girl's a demon. They drag the body off the road. Esther tells Max to stop crying and wipe her face. And somehow Abigail wakes back up. But not for long. Mink, mink, mink. Yeah, she was confirming the kill. That poor little girl Max was standing there watching the whole thing. She gonna be traumatized for life. They hide the evidence in Daniel's treehouse and Esther threatens Max not to tell anyone. But as they're leaving, Daniel sees them and he was confused. Bro thought he was in
Like,
the clear.
that's what I'm
Nah,
saying.
that night Esther catches him lacking in bed and puts the knife right to his throat, asking what he saw. And when he starts stuttering, she puts the blade right on his nuts. He says he
That
saw
is
nothing,
crazy.
and then he starts pissing himself. Like, oh my god, this little girl's violating the kids in the house. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this movie dropped adoption rates. On the weekend, Kate and John take Esther to see the psychiatrist, just to make sure everything is good. But somehow, Esther and John manage to make Kate look like she's going crazy. Like, all three of them were double teaming Kate. When she goes back home, she
we
gets a
gonna
call
have to
from
leave
another
her
nun,
too.
asking if they know where Sister Abigail is, because she never made it back home after visiting them. Now Kate is really on edge. Eventually the police find Abigail's body, but they think it's just a car accident. Yeah, this gotta be the worst
In
police
the
ever, because
what?
did they not see the hammer marks? Esther was literally abusing her head. And what type of car accident causes that much blood all over the snow? So Kate starts digging deeper into Esther's past. She checks the Russian school Esther supposedly attended before coming to America. No records. Now things weren't adding up. Kate also starts realizing Esther is a master manipulator. She tells John about the school records, but he basically brushes it off, like she was hating. Gang,
Bro,
maybe you should listen to your
I'm
wife.
not gonna cap.
Anyways,
Even the
Esther misses
hard-headed
another
people, just
dental
slap
appointment and
him one
stays home with
time
John.
so he knows
She tells him
serious.
she doesn't think Kate likes her, and John reassures her that isn't true. Then he tells Esther maybe she should surprise Kate with something thoughtful or nice. And man, guess what this girl decides to do? That night, she goes into the garden, cuts off the white roses planted in memory of Kate's daughter who died, and tries to give it to her. All I gotta say is, Kate is stronger than me, because as soon as I seen those roses, blow! No time to speak or nothing. Kate grabs Esther to the ground and she starts screaming on the floor. And John comes running in blaming himself, talking about she couldn't have known. Bruh, Kate literally showed her the memorial when she first moved in. But don't worry, it gets worse. Later that night, Esther goes into the garage, puts her arm into the vise, and tightens it so much she breaks her own arm. Nah, look, her bone is literally popping out. So she goes upstairs, tells John Kate did it. He rushes her to the hospital and he actually believes Esther. You guys, just look at that face. That's a face of
I want problems, always!
He tells Kate to sleep downstairs while Esther sleeps in their room. And Kate is just standing there in complete disbelief. So she drives straight to the bottle shop and buys 2 bottles of wine. Yeah, reaching for a drink after a long day? She just like me for real. But she doesn't actually drink them. She pours the wine straight down the sink because Kate is a recovering alcoholic. Years earlier, Max nearly drowned while Kate was drinking. And that's what made her finally get sober. The next morning while Kate is dropping off the kids, Daniel drops his books. Kate gets out to help him and Esther puts the car on neutral, then releases the handbrake with Max still inside. The car starts rolling backwards and Kate starts sprinting after it. And some aunt tries helping, but you too old. The car goes all the way down the hill and crashes into the snow. Luckily, Max was fine. Probably traumatized, but she was fine. And for the 4th time, Max still doesn't snitch. Max might have taken the street code a little too serious because at this point, she's putting her own life in danger. They see the psychiatrist again and somehow still make Kate look like she's the problem. John pulls out the bottle of wine Esther found, making her look like she started drinking again. Now John and the psychiatrist are thinking about Kate checking back in at rehab. Poor little Max is upstairs reading their lips, tearing up because she knows exactly what happened.
I will shoot the mommy if you tell.
Nah, she's terrorizing these kids, for real. Danny finally catches Max alone and asks us what they were doing in the treehouse. And Max shows him all these drawings she's been making. And man, she has a whole case file. Sister Abigail's death, the playground incident, this girl's been drawing all the evidence. She's a detective. We gotta drop that beat one time for her. Danny sees his treehouse and instantly, he knows something is hidden up there, so he decides to go check it out. Problem is, Esther was listening to the whole conversation. This girl was always one step ahead. Even when Kate tries waking up the kids to leave, bro, Esther was already in the room. What the hell? Just sitting in the corner reading Kate's diary. So now she knows all her darkest secrets. Kate gets on the phone straight away because at this point she needs to find out who the hell this girl really is. The orphanage barely had any information on her, so Kate starts looking through Esther's Bible. She finds hella photos of John, which was actually weird, but then she finds the name of the Russian orphanage Esther supposedly came from. She calls them and the guy on the phone's like, yeah, this isn't an orphanage.
It's a mental hospital.
Ah, nah. Now nothing was making sense. Kate sends them a photo of Esther, thinking maybe her parents were patients there or something. Anything that could tell her who this girl really is. While that was happening, Daniel heads over to the treehouse, looking for whatever Esther hid in there. And conveniently, the treehouse isn't locked anymore. He goes up and starts looking around, and Esther walks in like, looking for these? She drops everything down and pours lighter fluid all over the evidence, then lights it up and locks Daniel inside. She was quick with it, I can't lie. Bro was trapped in a burning treehouse.
You know what? Let me not say it because could it be me?
He manages to climb out
Could
the
it be
window
me?
and then onto the roof, but then he slips and falls straight down to the ground. He was out cold. Esther picks up
You
a
couldn't-
rock ready
you know
to
what?
send my boy to the shadow realm, but just as she's about to do it, Max
Bro,
pushes
girl,
her down.
that's what I'm
Lil
saying,
Max
like,
really
come
a
on now.
gangster. Kate pulls up right after and gives Esther that look. Yeah, she knew this little bitch had something to do with it. And I'm confused, why don't they just check the cameras? With a house like that, you definitely have cameras. At the hospital, Daniel's still in the ICU, so it could be a while before he wakes up. Kate tries telling John again that Esther did it, but typical John, he still ain't buying it. Kate even says she will leave the house and go to rehab, but Esther has to go. And he's just like, nah. Esther gets $1
It's
from
just,
grandma
you
to
know
go
what?
get a drink, but instead she sneaks into Daniel's room, takes off his oxygen mask, grabs a pillow and starts suffocating him, completely stopping his heart. The alarm goes off, the doctors fully run in, trying to revive him. Kate goes and finds Esther straight away.
What are you doing, you big fuck?
Yes! Yes!
That's what I'm saying.
Yes!
The hospital don't got
Now it
no
was about time
cameras.
someone put hands on her. She was starting to really piss me off. She was so sweet, you know. Let me see it one more time.
Oh,
wonder
yeah.
of the world is gone, I know for sure. I'll stop messing around. So the doctors hold Kate back and sedate her, which somehow makes her look like she's the crazy one. She ends up staying the night at the hospital while John takes Max and Esther back home. So now it was just them three in the house. Right before bed, Esther steals Max's hearing aid, so now she's completely deaf. John, after the day he's had, he grabs the bottle of wine and starts sipping. As soon as life gets a little stressful, the bottle always comes in handy. John ends up drunk on the couch and Esther comes downstairs with a knife and a plate of snacks, dressed up completely different. Makeup on, fancy clothes, like bro, what is she wearing? John is confused as hell, but Esther starts telling him how much she loves him.
Huh?
Then she
Yeah.
starts kissing him on the cheek multiple times. Yeah, things were getting weird way too fast, and somehow she gets this grown man to start opening up and crying about his problems.
Wow.
Mate, you're
He's
a
just
grown
sad,
ass
I'm not
man.
lying.
What is a 9-year-old supposed to do with that information? Wait, but it gets worse. She leans in and whispers, "You're so handsome." Yeah, that comment sobered his ass up immediately. John sends her straight to her room and Esther starts crying and tearing everything apart. Back at the hospital, Kate finally gets a call back from the Sinai Institute about the picture she sent. The Russian doctor tells her, "The girl in that photo isn't Esther. Her real name is Lena Klammer."
And she's 33 years old.
I knew it. So that was a movie.
Yeah, she has a rare condition called hyperpatriotism. It stops her body from growing. So this whole time, she was a grown-ass woman pretending to be a 9-year-old. Like, what type of sick stuff is this? This low-key reminds me of those Disney
That
adults.
would've gave
No
you
shade,
all
no
clemency
shade.
the
While the
father,
doctor is
respectfully.
explaining all this, Esther
never
wipes off
older
her
than you.
makeup, removes her fake teeth, and takes the ribbons off her neck and wrists, revealing the scars left behind from the restraints they used on her at the institute. This woman was one of the most violent patients. She had already killed at least 7 people, including her previous family, after the father
Oh, wow.
rejected her advances. So that house fire she supposedly survived? Yeah, she started it. And now John and Max were in the house with her. John goes upstairs to apologize after yelling at her, but she wasn't in the room. When he turns the lights off, he notices this weird glow coming from the walls. So he switches on the black light and yeah, now he can finally see Esther's real paintings, hidden underneath everything. This girl's devious. Behind all those innocent paintings, she had drawn some absolute insane stuff, including a detailed picture of Kate and John. I gotta give it
That
to her.
is.
She's talented. For that painting, you guys are gonna go have to watch the movie yourselves, because I ain't showing that. I'm already on thin ice with YouTube. One more mistake, they might take my whole channel. Kate is speeding back home and tries to call John, but right as he goes to answer, the power cuts out. Now John is bugging. He heads downstairs looking for the flashlight and mink! Knife right to the back. Nah,
Damn.
Esther wasn't playing anymore. Kate calls the police because John isn't
Y'all getting
answering, while
overpowered by-
Esther just starts stabbing him over and over. Mink, mink,
Damn,
mink,
damn.
sending his ass straight to the man above. Esther looks
That's
up and
tough.
sees Max watching. She takes off and
Tough.
finds a place to hide. Kate finally cashes straight through the
Damn.
house, no time for parking. She runs inside and sees John laid out with all his loot around him. Yeah,
That's
he
what
was
you get,
gone. She
respectfully,
starts
that's
looking
it.
for Esther with the flashlight. Like, Kate, come on, bro. At least grab a weapon. There's clearly a dangerous person loose in the house.
That's what I'm saying.
See, she nearly blew your head off. Lucky it was the arm. Kate backs up and Esther starts hunting her down through the house. And man, she looks so much terrifying now. Who was I thinking she was 9? Kate ends up on the roof and spots Max hiding in the garden. But Esther sees her too and starts shooting. Bow, bow, bow. Max was really dodging those bullets like crazy, but her mother wasn't trying to take no chances. She jumps down like Prime Hardy and knocks both of them out.
Hey!
Max wakes Kate up, she grabs the gun, and finally the police arrive. As usual, about 3 hours late. The officers search the house, but they can't find Esther's body. Of course, she was still alive. Esther comes flying back out, trying to shame
Damn.
Kate, and two of them fall onto the frozen pond. She slices Kate's leg. Max slides down and grabs the gun and shoots it on the ice. Bow! Both of them fall straight into the frozen water, and now they were both trying to drown each other. And I can't lie, Kate was
Both trying
struggling.
to
She
drown
already
each
been
other.
stabbed, shot, sliced up. Bro, she was running on fumes. She gets in a cheeky elbow and makes her way back up. And I gotta keep it real, the cold alone would have
That's what
taken
I'm
me
saying,
out.
it's
My
freezing.
winter doesn't get this cold.
What Walking Dead really taught me in just life. You fall into that ice water, you have a couple seconds. I'm
Shit,
not
I
gonna
only
lie.
see snow in the movies. Esther pops back up with the knife literally behind her and goes,
Don't let me die, Mommy.
the audacity. I'm not your mommy.
Damn.
Wait. So what was her plan? To get adopted and slowly get rid of the mother and kids? To have the father to herself?
I mean, that's exact. That was the
Okay,
exact
great.
plan. It's funny because I be knowing, bro. I be knowing the whole plot to these movies, but I haven't watched the movie itself. It's funny, bro. But yo, that's it for this video. Hey, another banger. But yo, we out of here. Peace. See y'all guys in the next one.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.